Now today I thought I'd cook up some lamb shanks. We've got Easter just round the corner and lamb is a beautiful one for Easter. Now with the lamb shanks, I'm going to cook mine nice and slow, get them lovely and tender and flavour them up. Oh, they're going to be delicious. Serve it up, little bit of mash, bit of veg. Oh, you can't go wrong. Give them a go. So for cooking up these lamb shanks, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got my lamb shanks there. I've got 6 lamb shanks. I only need 5, but I thought, you know, I might as well fill the pot, and I reckon 6 will just about do it. These are not the biggest lamb shanks in the world, so if you're only catering for say 4 people and you can get slightly bigger ones in your pot, just cook with 4. Now these ones have been French trimmed, so you've got a little bit of the bone sticking out, and I think that always looks nice when you serve it up. So ask your butcher to do that. Now vegetable wise, I've got a couple of sticks of celery, couple of onions, couple of carrots, 5 cloves of garlic. Now we've also got this here. This is called passata, which is like your can of tomatoes, but it's all been blended. So passata, I'm going to use 300 millilitres of that. A good red wine, especially one you would drink, again, 300 millilitres of that. Over here, I've got a stock cube. I'm using lamb stock, but you could use beef stock. And again, 300 millilitres. Salt and pepper seasoning, because you do need to season it all. At the end, I'm going to sprinkle on a bit of fresh parsley. So just going to pick the leaves off, chop it, you know, nice and fine, add it in at the end, give it a little bit of colour and a slight flavour. Now for the cooking, I'm going to use a bit of rosemary and a bit of thyme. Now if you can get fresh of both, use that. I've got some fresh rosemary. Now I'm just going to pick the leaves off and put that in because rosemary goes so well with lamb. And I've got dried thyme because I couldn't get any fresh thyme today. So I thought I'd use about a teaspoon of, you know, dried thyme, which is fine out of the pot. Sugar, I've got 1 teaspoon of that. Now the reason I've got that is just to take the acidity out of the passata. So 1 teaspoon of sugar. 3 dried bay leaves, add those in, gives it a slight aromatic flavour, and that's it. That's all the ingredients. So what I'm going to do is get everything prepared, all chopped up, and then we're going to go over to the hob and we're going to start by browning off the outside of these lovely lamb shanks. So I've got the pot that I'm going to use for cooking up these lamb shanks. Now, what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of oil in there, any oil you want. I'm using a little bit of sunflower oil. Switch the heat on. I'd say bring it up to about medium high temperature. And what we're going to do is just get a little bit of colour on the outside of the lamb shanks. Now, just waiting for the oil to come up to heat. Now, in the meantime, might as well season these. So a little bit of salt and pepper seasoning on the lamb shanks. And I think to start with, I'll just put them on the end like that. Now with the lamb shanks, I've been cooking those for about 10-12 minutes, building up the colour. Look at those, absolutely beautiful. So let's take those out of the pan. Now I'm just going to put the onions in. Now also I've got the celery and the carrots. I'll just put those in as well. Now we need to put a bit of liquid in there to lift up the flavours that we've got in the bottom. So I'm going to use some wine. Now I've got my wine there. Let's say I'm using about 300 millilitres. Leave a little bit. Turn the heat up if you need to. Lift up the flavours from the bottom of the pan and be delicious. Then put the wine in there. Now just boil it for about a minute or so. Burns off the alcohol and we're going to left, you know, with the flavour. So give it a move around. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is add the stock next. Ooh, lovely. Again, give that a mix around. Now next of all, I'm going to add the passata. So roughly half a bottle, 300 ml, that'll do. Add the sugar, that, the bay leaves, the rosemary, and again roughly 1 teaspoon of thyme. If you've got fresh thyme, use that. Give it a good mix around. Let's turn the heat down. And that is a really nice base for these lamb shanks. Now with the lamb shanks, I'm just going to pop those in there. Might just add a little bit more liquid water. Now with the lamb shanks, I've got them in the liquid. Now what you want to do is put a lid on there and turn them down to a really low simmer. So pop the lid on, turn them down, really nice and slow. Now what you want to do is really cook those for about 3 hours on a very low heat so that the meat is beautifully tender. So cook them long and slow, low heat, and I'll see you in about 2.5 to 3 hours, and we'll serve it up, a bit of mash, veg, be delicious. Now just to show you, we've got the parsley and the garlic, and what I'm doing is pounding that in my pestle and mortar, and just at the end I'm going to put that in the mix because it gives a wonderful flavour. So pound it, get it all mixed up, and that will be beautiful with the lamb. Now I've been cooking the lamb for coming up for 3 hours, and that is really beautifully tender. Now here I've got that mixture of parsley and garlic. I'm going to put it in. Oh, that is going to give it a wonderful flavour. Oh yeah. Let's mix that around. Get it in there. Oh, it's going to be good. Cook that for another 15 minutes. Get it all infused. And we'll serve that up. A little bit of mash. Be delicious. Now I'm just going to serve mine up. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Mash. We've got veg. Oh, that's good. A little bit more juice. The juice is really, really tasty. So let's get stuck into that and see how it is. Oh, look at this. Look at that. It's fall off the bone. Oh, it's so soft. I cooked mine for about 3 hours and look at it. It's just wonderful. Oh my gosh. So good. Get a bit of that mash. That is so good. Oh, look at that. It's just absolutely delish. Thanks for watching my videos. This lamb shank is absolutely scrummy. Get those juices up there. Oh. That is absolutely wonderful. Thanks for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one. The original Naked Chef.